coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Cavaliers again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
And they're brewing with confidence against this club, no doubt about it. They've had success against them so far this season.
And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. And when I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And of course, Doris, both teams pretty sound defensively. They take that end of the floor very seriously.
Well, I think that good organizations in the NBA know that championships are won with what happens on the defensive end of the floor. You can look back over the history of the NBA. You better guard if you're going to win.
It's got a nice clean game, huh?
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Williams is out there with Zeller, and it's Walker in at the point guard position. Now here is Smith. James sets the screen for Smith. Lock at 6. Right side Irving. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Irving's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Cavs. Batum against Smith. Right side to Walker. Some solid defense there from Irving. On defense, Charlotte, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
I mean, a tough one. Faced some serious intensity in terms of that comeback, and they just got overwhelmed in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, just couldn't stay in the game long enough to force overtime.
Here's James following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Smith outside. It's a pick by Love. Smith outside. He feeds it to Love. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Cavs coach Tyronn Lue very comfortable in his own skin. Doris not intimidated to coach his superstar talent.
Well, Kevin, as you know, the best coaches in this league hold everyone accountable. And remember, Ty Lue has known LeBron since LeBron James was in high school. And you have to love that he engages the big three in conversation, making sure all three are comfortable.
Now Irving, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Irving kicks to James.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
And last season, LeBron hinted that he might like to team up with Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. Said he'd like to take a pay cut to do it. And Doris, what do you make of those comments?
Well, I think, Kevin, it's easy to understand why that might rub his Cleveland teammates the wrong way. You know, if that's what he wants, you'd think the best way to handle that might be behind the scenes. But it was a hypothetical presented to LeBron.
A different look now for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Cody Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Ellenelli, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Kemba Walker. Sessions dishes to Hawes. And a miss there on the triple. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Fry kicks to Shumpert. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, lack of ball movement led to bad shot selection, degree of difficulty on all the shots, just too much. Bad overall effort.
Yeah, well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now Bellinelli. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Bellinelli's got his first points in this one. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I put myself in. It's the position I put our team in, and as the leader and the guy that goes out there and make things happen, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Well, I certainly like the play calling. They're keeping the defense guessing, and more importantly, they're generating points.
It's Love and Fry, the sharp-shooting big man. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Well, one of the more consistent backup point guards in the league right here with Ramon Sessions. He doesn't try to do too much, just goes about running the offense, keeping the team dangerous when the second unit is in. I think you have to like the consistency you're going to get from him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, when Kevin Love was in Minnesota, he developed into a three-point shooter, but he said, I know I'm not a stretch 4. I'm a post player that can shoot. It's like Kevin McHale used to tell me, just go where they ain't. I try to space the floor as best as I can. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, and spacing so crucial in today's game. And with Sessions, the key is consistency, as you mentioned, Doris. Really, with any successful backup lead guard, you want to know what to expect every game out.
All right, I think, Kevin, for Sessions, he's been in the league long enough to know what works and what doesn't work for him. And even in his later years, he's been more selective, smarter with the shots he takes, and when he takes them. The pickier Sessions is on the court, the better player he tends to be.
Irving, good.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Release so quick, especially off the pass.
Hornets trail by 6. Sessions passes to Kaminsky. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. There's the pick. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got 8 points.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Boy, it's like they were saving their energy. I think they knew they had no chance to slow down that break.
Bellinelli.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Hornets shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And that one misses. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. LeBron comes in for Kevin Love. Jefferson's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Smith subbed in for Amon Shumpert. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Hibbert. Williams comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Walker subbed in for Sessions. No luck that time either.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Irving against Walker. Irving dishes to Smith. And here's LeBron outside. It's hauled in by Spencer Hawes. Hornets trail by 8. Walker with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against New Orleans.
And when you look at the number of assists he had, you can tell how cognizant he was of wanting to involve his guys throughout the game.
From deep. And so we conclude the first half. Cavaliers lead by 8. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Tyronn Lue. Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run the transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Tyronn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down the first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
Well, they need to generate more points in the paint. The defense knew all along that they were going to shoot that jump shot every time down the court. There was no diversity in their offense. No one was able to figure out different things that they were doing. Very predictable offense, and I think that was the difference.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yeah, for the most part, he took only good shots. And given his success, they may want him to be a bit more aggressive in the second half.
Doris, a lot of great young players come into the NBA. Which do you think could be the best in the league in a few years?
Well, I think certainly Anthony Davis comes to mind because of how skilled he is. We were talking earlier about the 5 position, how it's changing. You know, you've got Anthony Davis who's now stretched his range to 3-point. He's got mid-range game. He can go back to the basket. He's dynamic in the open floor and a real presence on the defensive end. I can't wait to see what happens with Anthony Davis.
Boy, somebody taught him well when he was young because his handle's good and he plays almost the position like a point guard.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think that's the key. I think he played that position earlier in his career because he had that great growth spurt. But I think Anthony Davis, you know, it's about the skills certainly, but it's about the work ethic and the IQ, and he's got the whole package.
Smart kid. On the court for the Hornets, Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Cody Zeller out there with Marvin Williams. And it's Walker in at the point. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Cavs are clearly an elite offensive team. Defensively, they've been a little more vulnerable. Doris, how do they make strides, you think, at that end of the floor?
Well, Kevin, part of it is simply focus and the will to improve. Players like Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson are great athletes, and they can improve on that end. I think they've needed another wing stopper who can space the floor as well.
Cleveland leading by 8. Love with a wide open look. No good with the triple.
What a great opportunity. Nice open look. You'll take those anytime you can get an uncontested shot.
Picked by Williams. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. The Hornets rebound. Second shot opportunity. Good D by LeBron.
Just getting a hand in the face makes all the difference. That was the case there.
Smith outside. Walker against Irving. And here's Love for 3. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Thompson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs.
Thompson, he has such a low, wide base. He is near impossible to fully box out.
Charlotte calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Cavaliers. Dunleavy's check in for Love. That's Shumpert in there for Irving. The Hornets also with a sub. Sessions checked in for Walker. .131 left in the third. Williams, a screen on James. Back to Batum. Puts up a 3. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 3 assists tonight. Here's LeBron. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Thompson, a screen on Williams. In the corner, Smith with it. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Smith's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Cavs. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Picked by Zeller. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Kid Gilchrist has got his first points in this one. Outside jumper. LeBron outside. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Shumpert. The Hornets also changing it up. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Bellinelli in for Nicholas Batum. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. No problems knocking that one down. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
To the inside. They swipe it. Here's Sessions. Thompson with the rebound. Smith outside. Dunleavy kicks to James with 4 seconds on the clock, and the jumper falls for him.
Well, LeBron's going to put in work from the mid-range if you start to give him that kind of space.
The third quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. the final period of play just about to start. Hornets trail by 7. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Bellinelli. Kicks it to Hawes. Jacks up a 3. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Smith the pass to Irving. Cleveland moving it around. And it's good. Off through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, Kyrie Irving stronger than he looks. Absorbs the contact and still converts.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hawes. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And it's Batum in for Bellinelli. Now here's Walker. Picked by Williams. Walker dishes to Batum. Inside. Zeller inside. He's covered by Thompson. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Cavaliers shooting a superb 63% from the field. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. It's tipped. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop.
And great hustle. Turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Outside Irving. Back to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Williams. And the pass to Walker. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7. Walker hits them both.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Love with the screen for Smith. It's a pick by Love. That misses off the backboard.
Might have overthought that. Not sure how he missed that one, guys.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Picked by Zeller. Walker the pass to Batum. 55 seconds left in the 4th. Tipped away. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker leading the charge. And Batum kicks to Kid Gilchrist. There's the feed to Walker. Shot from the wing. Money! And now they trail by just 4. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Cavaliers making a switch here. James is checked in. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Detroit Pistons. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Very quietly, Irving is one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA and has been over the years.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that's how they can ensure this lead stays where it is. Keep knocking down those free throws.
On the Hornets call time here. They're losing by 6. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? And they're going to draw up something where they can get a quick shot and then maybe a foul.
This is where you've got to pay close attention to detail, and it's a must for all 5 guys.
And here are the Hornets now. They trail by 6.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
It's about awareness and an ability to get out on the shot and disrupt without fouling. Beautiful.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Listen, LeBron has had some years where his free throw percentage has not been as high as you'd like, but for the most part, pretty solid.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's an 8-point game. And the Hornets call time here. They're trailing by 8. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. That'll be a 5-second call. And so here's Cleveland. Irving dishes to LeBron. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Smith outside. Back to Thompson. On the wing, Irving. 5 on the clock. Irving double team. 13 feet away. That's short off the rim. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
It was amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but 1 man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Kyrie Irving.
There isn't much that Kyrie Irving can't do offensively. He's got unreal handles, amazing vision, and he can finish in tight or knock down the deep ball. Kyrie is the man I want running my offense because he's from New Jersey.
He was a marksman from the field tonight. No wasted opportunities. He would just wait right there and strike when he was open. And there were few misses on his part.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.